Blood for the blood god, skulls for the throne of corn. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for a shoulder day. So I started off with some overhead press, and I'm trying to do something a little different. I'm trying to stay as upright as possible on these. I'm trying to not lay back. I'm trying to keep it as a true overhead press. I am fully aware that I do not have the ability to lock out. This point is completely irrelevant. I'm continuing to work really seriously on shoulder range of motion, all the pullovers, the hangs. And I just accept that, but I'm not going to lose the benefits of an overhead press because of that. And I get people who make those comments, and sorry guys, I feel like I needed to be doing an overhead press irrespective of that. Besides, the bottom half of the movement is where most of the benefits are for our purposes. But to also show, like in that position, that's as far as I can bring it up. Because people say, well, go lighter. So here you go. I did 95 pounds to failure, taking it to the longest range of motion I can while staying upright. See the problem? That's what I can do. Okay, it's what we can do. So I'm just going to continue to overhead press. I'm going to try to get a little more upright, stay upright. So eventually when I have the range of motion, I'll be able to push my head through. It could take me years. It's something I've worked on, but at least I can do an overhead press. Because after that issue a number of years back with the overuse from the chin-ups every day, all that time ago, which again has really been my only real injury. I couldn't even do an overhead press with a broomstick. Like I couldn't bring it past my nose, by the way. So to have the ability to even get it up over my head at all is a big win. But interestingly enough, it doesn't affect any of my other pressing. I did a 365 pause bench since that time. So what do we do next? Upright rows. So everything else, I try to go as heavy there as I can realistically. But I might take that down to where I literally just do all the work sets with 95 pounds and see if I can just build on it. So it may be where I need to go with it. And I'm leaning kind of in that direction. So the upright rows, I decided to go ahead and use the power bar today just because it's easier to avoid hitting my elbows. So upright rows, same thing here, did, around 14 reps or so. I seem to fail right around rep 14 with this. So again, here's the idea. We focus on getting that stretch at the bottom. I take a nice narrow grip and I bring it up as high as my shoulders will comfortably allow for. I like these. I get a really good burn in my shoulders with them. I think it's a fantastic exercise. Again, one of those where mileage will vary. People are like, well, it hurts if I go too high. Well, then don't go too high. Problem solved. So again, the whole idea here, just get a good shoulder pump. And that's basically what I do with my shoulder day at this point. I have a lot of days where I go heavy. I have a lot of days where, we do certain things. Shoulders, I'm just at a point where let's just chase a pump and a burn. Let's hit every angle. So I want to do 6 different Delt exercises. 2 for specializing in each head, but keep in mind there's overlap, right? There's overlap. All of these hit all the heads to a lesser degree. So we end up doing 2 things that technically are front dominant, then 2 things that are side dominant, 2 things that are posterior delt dominant. But I think we need to keep in mind all of that hits the side delts. And of course, the side delt stuff, the laterals and the upright rows hit the rear delts. But also keeping in mind, we do 12 sets of chest on chest day that are hitting the front delts. We do 12 sets for lats on the back day that also hits the rear delts and everything. But there's a considerable amount of overlap. So really my delts are getting a lot of work. And again, because I do heavy weighted chins, I do heavy benching, heavy incline, I don't feel that I need to worry about going heavy on any of this stuff for the shoulders. Let's just go in. I'm just working on being stricter, being lighter, doing really high rep sets to failure or very, very close to failure. Right, taking them till they at least burn. And so yeah, I've been going lighter on all this stuff, literally doing 75-pound upright rows. I might even go to just 95 pounds on all the overhead pressing just to see if I can get the range of motion that I want to get a burn and fatigue the muscles. Because I just don't have to go that heavy on the shoulders. Let's just chase a pump. We're chasing metabolic fatigue. So same thing here, the laterals, I'm just trying to do these strict. And this is only 18-pound dumbbells, guys. 18-pound dumbbells. But yeah, serious crick in my neck still though. It seems to come and go a bit day to day. You're seeing me almost I'm having to pop it in the middle of sets. But the neck training does help. It's literally the only thing that seems to help. But it has helped. I was surprised because it was feeling really good yesterday. And then I don't know, I slept on it wrong or something again. And it kind of it hurts. Not much I can do about it. other than continue to strengthen the neck muscles. But it seems like it's all triggered from sleeping bad, sleeping with my pillows stacked incorrectly. And I laugh because I know other older lifters are like, dude, what's with your neck stuff as we get older? It is what it is. So over to the point with the shoulder stuff. So we did 3 sets of about 15, right at 15 for the laterals. I got 12s using the same weights for the incline rear delt raises. And I like doing these here because it stops me from being able to cheat. Now it's a little higher angle than say my other one to do with plates later. So I try to get over even more on those. But again, what are we doing? We're trying to work all these angles, and I do need extra rear delt work. I feel like at this point I do need a couple different rear delt exercises because my rear delts need to come up, and that will help with the side delts also, right? So again, that whole shoulder area needs to improve as I get leaner. But again, we are getting leaner. I mean, obviously I still have loose skin, but it's tighter and tighter and tighter. Again, now that I've seen comparison pictures from a year ago, last January, like it's considerably, like noticeably tighter. So that tells me if I lose a little more body fat, continue to fill back out with more muscle, and continue to do what I'm doing, it's going to continue to improve. It's just going to be a really slow process, and I accept that. Because again, loose skin is still fat in the area. But again, here, the front raises actually, I'm looking pretty decent on the front raises. So happy with that. So what I do with these front raises, again, I want these. I feel like they do carry over. Plenty of amazing bodybuilders have done them. I mean, you get people who are like, well, you know, it's redundant, but it's not really. Not really. Arnold did them. All these other amazing bodybuilders back in the day did them when they used way less stuff than they use today. Okay? Tons of champion powerlifters use them to improve their bench. So no, they're a valid exercise. And again, why wouldn't we want to fully develop all the heads of the delt? Given the importance of shoulders for just overall aesthetics and looking jacked, I don't see any problem with saying, hey, let's isolate every single head of the delt. Okay? Sure, we may be doing a lot of compound movements, but that's, again, that same logic. Well, we shouldn't train the front delts at all because they get hit on pressing. So then why would we ever do a curl? I mean, we do chin-ups, right? We're doing chins, why would we do a curl? Well, because it may not be enough to get every single muscle fiber. And again, the argument is since I'm doing 2 different exercises for rear delts plus all that rowing, I'm not neglecting the rear delt. So let's just build everything. Like I'm trying to isolate most of the muscles in my body. You guys see me do forearm flexors and extensors, isolating all the tricep heads. I did 5 types of curls last week. Okay, I do calf raises. We do neck. Let's just build everything. And I don't see a problem with that. So I think that shows there, even though, again, I have the loose skin on the waist. Hamstrings are getting leaner. Legs are getting leaner. I'm getting to a decently lean body fat at this point. Obviously, I want to chip away a little more. I want to get a bit leaner. I don't need to get shredded, but we do want to get leaner, mainly just to get the waistline tighter. Like, I don't care about being striated everywhere, any of that nonsense. I just want the waistline to tighten up, and I'm going to have to lose some more fat to get it there. And I just accept that. I accept that as reality. But in the meantime, let's build everything, right? Let's build everything. That's why we're using a variety of rep ranges. Why we do even the big heavy power movements, but then we do lots of this stuff with high rep isolation work. Just taking stuff to failure, getting a burn, getting a pump, working all these different angles. Okay? Because that's how we get jacked, guys. That's how we get jacked. I'm working 1s and 3s. I'm working 5s and 6s on a couple of lifts. And I'm doing a lot of this stuff in the 10 up to 20 rep range. Right? Just we work all these different movement patterns. Work every muscle, big compounds, isolate everything on top of it. Wide variety of rep ranges, guys. Right? Eat plenty of protein, eat healthy, eat clean. Right? That's how we do it. I mean, again, if we want to get jacked, we can't neglect anything. Again, me neglecting arms and biceps is one reason I'm in the situation I'm in now. So now I'm at a point to where I'm like, let's not neglect anything. Let's come in and we need to be isolating rear delts, side delts, front delts. We need to be isolating the long head of the tricep. We need to be isolating forearms, calves, neck. So same thing here, neck extensions. Again, this has been the one thing that's helped me been the one thing that's helped me. And like I said, I've made a lot of progress. I've been surprised because I slept on it a little bit bad last night, just part of the time. And I woke up and corrected it and kind of just threw that pillow over to the side and changed it. But I did have that happen today, unfortunately. You know, not much I can do about it, I guess. I'm doing the best I can with it. It just happens. But I was kind of pissed at myself. I'm like, why did I lay on that pillow like that? I could have not done that. I got to put more thought into that. But these have helped. And again, they also help with deadlift lockouts. They help with injury prevention. I'm a big fan of the neck extensions, guys. I'm a big fan. I've come to be. I don't do the other parts of the neck because I think they contribute to sleep apnea, but I don't think the extensions do. All right, so again on these I did 3 sets at 12. I think the first set I did more than 12, I might have. But I tried to squeeze out 12 on the second and third, which we got to. And then of course we finish up with 1 set of hanging leg raises. I'm trying to do that. Most of the workouts just for the extra grip training, the extra hanging, and the extra ab work. But overall, pretty happy with today's workout. I mean, I wish the overhead pressing was better, but it is what it is. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.